This house tour is presented by Scotties. Let's get the name right. It's Scotties, Canada's #1 tissue brand.
I live here with my husband and my 3 children. My husband and I moved here about 4 years ago. We lived here for 3 years and then we moved out for 8 months to renovate. We did a 2-story addition and we added a room in the basement and updated the overall aesthetic and vibe of the home. It wasn't terrible, like it was outdated, but there was a lot of potential there. My husband and I enjoyed the space even when we lived in it, but we weren't making the best use of the space.
The kitchen was actually the smallest room in the house originally, and there were no drawers, which
There was 2 drawers.
Sorry, 2 drawers, but in all of them were lowers, like so to find anything you'd have to crouch down, and it was ridiculous. And there are some key things, like it had a main floor powder room, which is fantastic, but it was where the bench is now. So it was that small, and it had a glass pocket door, which is an interesting choice to put a glass door in a bathroom in a main floor.
There wasn't a lot of storage. There were just a lot of things for our family that were missing. Was by no means terrible, but definitely needed an update, and we knew we can use the space way better.
We always knew that we wanted to do an addition. We talked about a lot of different versions, but all of them had some key ideas that were the same. We're doing like a more formal dining room in the front, moving the kitchen more to the middle so that you had access to both spaces from the middle. And we didn't want to do a formal living room and then a family room. We really just wanted to have one big one that would be an awesome space for everybody. There was debates about like a sectional or 2 sofas, but we really wanted to create a space that was going to be great for entertaining so you could face each other and so everyone wasn't looking at the TV when the TV wasn't on. And downstairs, because we gained a playroom, big TV family room, the room up here is more for like entertaining and more of an adult space. I mean, that said, it's filled with children's toys because they're also here all the time, but adults can also be here.
My husband and I like that. We each have our own couch every evening. Once we put the kids to bed, we separate, we like look at each other and we're just like, we could sit on the same couch, but we could just sit across from each other and that's nicer. And then we just put the fireplace on. That's really nice.
We knew we were gonna do a banquet. We wanted like, I mean, there's a million reasons why we like a banquet and we all know this, but it's like a sofa with a table in front of it. Who doesn't like that? It works really well. It fits the whole family for eating. That's where they eat most days, but it also means that for hosting a dinner party, all the adults are in the dining room and the kids can be at the banquet. And it's also the craft table. We did beads the other day before we went to the Taylor Swift show.
We did, that's true. We spend a lot of time there. That's a hub. The kids have breakfast there. Homework is done there. There's jumping. My 2-year-old likes to jump on the banquet. There's art behind it. She likes to take like a little crayon and just like pretend she's writing on the art. Sometimes she really writes on the art. So that's nice. The green kitchen.
Yes. It is very, very dark, dark green, but it's almost black.
That was one of the things that we knew right away. We're like, we want a dark kitchen. There was a moment when we wavered, like right before it was being installed, and then I panicked and then I started looking at Pinterest pictures. And then once it started being installed, I was like, no, I have 0 regrets and I haven't regretted it since.
It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it would be a really weak cup of tea if it was for everyone. Our goal was really to make something special for you guys that appeals to your sense of drama and fun. And my brother-in-law's other requirement was he really wanted marble. He was trying to get marble everything.
That was true.
But then we were like, you literally leave a lemon face down on the counter. This is not a good fit, lifestyle-wise. So this is actually Decton, which is like a porcelain type material, and it looks like marble. It's indestructible, and we were really happy with the way it turned out with the green cabinetry. The hood is brass with this textured patina over top of it. It's a 2-step process. One person has to wrap the brass, then another dude does the patina on top. So it's really specialized, but we wanted something that was gonna be different from the millwork. Because the millwork is dark, we wanted a bit of relief, and we really loved the way that it plays off of the green millwork.
No stools.
No stools, but we talked about that a lot.
I also don't love a stool. I don't think they're comfortable.
They're not.
Like when you go to a restaurant and they say, do you want to sit at the bar? No one wants to do that.
No one wants that.
It's uncomfortable.
We didn't want it to feel tight. And in the end, we decided that we didn't need stools there because we have the banquet right there, plus the dining room. And it's more comfortable to sit at the banquet anyways, and it's so well connected. And then that gave us even more storage on the island, which you can never go wrong with more storage.
I mean, for me, the biggest thing that has changed my life would be the storage. A lot of custom millwork and adding a lot of storage. We have 3 young kids, and that has just been really helpful in terms of my daily life. That was one of the biggest changes. I mean, the overall aesthetic, it's a lot lighter, brighter, more color, just more functional, really. And yes, more space, but really the function is what has made it better to live in, I would say.
We love this dining room. Originally, we looked at this wallpaper for the powder room, and they were like, could it be in the dining room? And I was like,
could it be?
Anything is possible. We love how it ties in with the existing stained glass windows. The colors in those windows really pick up on the wallpaper.
And I like that if you look close, it looks like a pastel, like a kid almost drew it, like it's a little drawing, which it just makes the space fun. And I feel like in this dining room, the wallpaper is the one. Like you don't need a bunch of other stuff because it's just like, wow.
Our original wallpaper in here was a little more toned down, but we were like, go big or go home. It's a fun room. There's not that many walls because there's a giant opening to the foyer and then a giant opening to the kitchen, and then another wall is mostly a window. So why not do something really spectacular and fun? We knew we were gonna do the wainscoting, and then deciding where to start and stop the paint color of the wainscoting, we decided to carry it into the jamb of that doorway just to get a little bit extra of that color and to make the transition a little bit softer and extended.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I feel like it could have ended in a different spot. Often that's why people shy away from painting trim different colors, but I think painting trim different colors is really fun. And I feel like it's much more interesting than just defaulting to all your trim being white all the time.
It's not a huge powder room, it's pretty small. We went with this nice teal wallpaper.
Then we built custom shallow millwork with sliding doors for like toilet paper, toothbrushes, extra stuff there. And then it also creates like a ledge while you're sitting on the toilet. For your phone, guys, so you can put your phone.
That.
Everyone needs that. Yeah, but it worked out, it's like small but mighty, if you will. Before, you used to walk into like a narrow hallway, and now you walk in and there's a bench and there's hooks and there's full height millwork on the other side, and then another section with like a command center and a cork board, and it just feels much more generous and open.
We have drawers for each kid. You can hang stuff. There's more storage up top for like seasonal items. I'm surprised I've been able to fill up all the storage so easily, but I have.
One of the key decisions we made about planning the main floor was to turn the basement stairs. You can now walk from the front door right into the powder room with your shoes on. If you're playing outside, you don't have to walk on hardwood. So that little structural detail made a big impact on our main floor layout. You especially have always been attracted to bold things.
I do like color, yeah.
She does, and pattern.
Sure. But it's really hard to visualize too, because the house was so different before that it's really hard. Even when like my friends come in, they're just like, I can't, it's hard to wrap your head around it because everything is so different. Every room is different. This wallpaper is very polarizing. People either have like a strong reaction, like I love this wallpaper and they're so into it, or they just don't say anything, which means I think they don't like it. But either way, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. When you're designing a space for yourself, you should do what makes you feel happy and what makes you feel joyful. I think people get stuck in like crowdsourcing all their decisions. But then if everybody likes something, it's probably neutral and boring. So like do something that appeals to you more and that, you know, feels more fun.